Yes, you are watching What the Church Won't Say.
Where we have difficult conversations at the foot of the cross.
Hey, I'm your host, Nathaniel Plenty. To my right is Ridiculous Nicholas Rendon. To my left is Castro the Revolutionary. And we got a good episode for you today. We're going to be talking about red light and green light in relationships. We're going to be talking about when you see what are red flags where you should run for the hills. We're going to be talking about green lights when you should go all in and jump that broom with that person. Hey, we're going to talk about it right after this shameless plug. Let's have a commercial break.
Your bricks in danger, your chicks in danger. See, he will change ya if you come hang with us. So put that weight up and get your weight up. We not haters, no, we just dangerous.
Welcome back. This is What the Church Won't Say, and without further ado, we're going to dive into this conversation. And I want you guys, from y'all opinion, what is one of the most major red lights, or should I say red flags, that make you stop and say, oh, this ain't going well? So what's something off top that you guys see when you're dating to make you say, this ain't the one for me?
For me, it would be promiscuity.
Oh, okay. All right. She just getting tagged all over the world, and that's definitely a red light.
Yeah.
To me, that is a fuchsia light. That light right there is a neon bright light to me, bro. That goes without saying.
Oh.
Stop. I mean,
that's,
you're out. If I'm an empire, you're out immediately.
That's what came to mind.
And I got you.
I'm thinking of a particular situation where this was a while ago, so I was hanging out with this girl, and she was giving me a lot of signs that she liked me. Okay?
Gotcha.
So finally, she kept asking me, hey, let's go out, and I kept saying, maybe sometime, whatever. And then finally this time I gave in, right? So we went to this place, we were dancing. She was drinking, she was a little bit drunk. And then I kind of started just looking at her. And then I don't know how this happened, but she ended up talking to other guy, while I was there. And she was kind of flirting with him, and
oh yeah.
I was like, yeah,
It's going left.
Yeah, we're not even dating, I know you like me.
Right.
And okay, and you're doing this in front of me?
Attention is somewhere else.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think some women like to think if we think other guys like them, that we're going to be more interested. But to me, like you said, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
To me, it shows that you're a little filthy, you're a little trifling, and you're more than likely a little dirty. And I want to go home and go cleanse myself in the Word.
Right.
But to dive into what you said, another red light for me is simple. If you don't know Christ,
that's a good
if you
one.
ain't saved,
Yes.
that's the one out the gate I'm measuring. And even if you say you're saved and we start talking and God fits nowhere in your conversation.
Yeah.
Because out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yes.
So if God is not a part of your conversation, then that means he's probably not a part of your heart, your life, that you have no genuine, deep interest in him.
So on.
And he's more so a cliche I'm
maybe
always
a tradition.
Or a tradition.
Yeah.
That may be the case. But that's the blaring one to me, y'all.
Yeah.
I come through the gate okay, this ain't real.
Right.
And I actually people be like, well, everybody's on different levels, and I agree, and I need a certain level for myself. But I actually think talking about God is like holding money to the light. You know what I mean? When you hold money to the light, when you see you get that cashier $100 bill, they hold it to the light to see if it's counterfeit or is it actually genuine.
And the conversation will tell you if it's
the heart.
If it's real.
The heart, yeah, man. And then guess what? And if I keep talking about God after a while, you're gonna get bored of me anyway. If you're not genuinely rooted, you're gonna be like, this dude's boring, man. You know what I mean? And you're gonna cancel yourself. So that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
That comes off back. How about y'all? Anything else that's a red light to make you freeze?
Kindness and generosity.
So when they're kind and generous, you ain't rocking with that?
if they lack it.
Okay, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with him. That's the way he worded. Kindness and generosity. Who wants
Exactly.
like what?
Red flag.
Yeah.
Run. Yeah. I want a stingy. Yeah.
Right. Right. Selfish.
Sign me up.
Right. Right.
No, but the lack of, because those are fruits of the spirit,
That's good.
and I need a generous, understanding woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a key. So like if you lack those things, I don't know. It's just a turn off because I'm a very generous person myself.
Yeah.
If I'm into you, if I like you, if I care about you,
You said
So,
something
the
about that.
reciprocation there.
That understanding is important too,
The
bro.
understanding, bro, because women are very emotional creatures, and so they can let those emotions get the best of them sometimes. And those emotions, when they're out of control, they can impede on the relationship.
I agree.
Yeah.
And understanding is, to
If
me,
you-
is taking the time to understand why I said what I said. What makes me tick.
You gotta listen.
Exactly.
You gotta shut up and listen.
Exactly.
And I just jump to conclusions, put words in my mouth, and then turn and try to manipulate. It's just, because where there's no understanding, there's room for manipulation.
All the time.
Every time there's an argument,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
and
Yeah.
it's just such a turn off. It's frustrating, and that is definitely a red flag.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, if she's short-tempered, the way she treats other people when you guys are out,
I watched that too.
not just how she treats you or if she's into the conversation, but also how she treats others.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
a telltale sign for me.
That's good. That's good, man. Anything else y'all want to throw out there to make you freeze on the play?
Having this conversation right now, it's making me realize that I need to examine my potential wives, like more deeper, to be honest with you, because I'm just reflecting, and I'm the type of guy, I'm recognizing right now that I'm the type of man that kind of like goes with the flow, like for a while, and just having fun and not necessarily examining certain things. And I think I need to be more wise when it comes to that, just so that there is no wasted time on my end and on her end.
Well, bro, I'm glad you said that. That's the reason why we're having this conversation, because I believe most of us fit in that category where you say we just go along with the flow. Man, she fine, she funny, she cool, her body banging, and then from there,
Good
man,
sex.
we just good. Yeah, we'll get into good sex, and we'll throw all those things as men out there that shouldn't even be an option, but we'll throw that out there, and then we say, I got a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a baddie, but we leave out, that's all the exterior.
Yes.
Like you just pulled up this cup. That's the exterior of this cup. Yeah, nice color and all of that. But what's in it? Like, if you had this beautiful cup with nothing in it to drink, then I'm just going to be having a beautiful cup and I'm going to remain thirsty.
Or dirty water.
Or dirty water. So I think that's kind of like the essence of it, man. We give so much attention
To the
exterior,
Yes.
and we don't care about what's going on in the inside. And about time we realize how ugly a person really is on the inside, we've already emotionally, affectionately attached to this person, and
Children.
now our vision is blurred because our heart is involved.
Yes.
In my opinion, and now it's like you didn't fell in love, you emotionally blurred yourself to who this person really is. So you're not seeing them correctly.
Yes.
And that's why God knew this, and that's why I say don't have sex before marriage. It's gonna blur your vision. You ain't gonna see things correctly. Because how many men? If y'all have, we just throwing this out, how many men that had sex before marriage, what percentage you would say because the sex was good, that's the reason why they married them?
I don't have statistics, but I'm going to say like a high percentage.
A high percentage.
Yeah.
A high percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say about 65%.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm going to
You
say
give it
like,
in more?
like 80, 85.
I
to
agree.
Keep it 100.
I agree, bro. I believe so many men get married because the woman had great sex. But guess what? That shit
happens for women too.
It does, but we're talking about we talk that goes on both sides.
Yeah.
But the point here is something that we're accounting for shouldn't even be in our category we shouldn't be thinking about, we shouldn't even be having sex before marriage. That shouldn't even be an option. And that's where we're failing.
Yeah.
Because that right there, that sex alone is blinding us from the things we really should be looking at.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Very blinding.
Yeah, but that goes, if you go back and you tie that into why the divorce rate is half, you know, in some racial ethnicities, like the black culture, they said at one point it was 80% of black people that got married were in divorce. These are astounding divorce numbers.
80%?
80% at one point. I don't know if that's still the
There's all
stat.
kinds of factors that, you know, contribute to the divorce rate being so high.
Absolutely, but look at that one though.
definitely a factor.
Look at how we have thrown out God's standard out the window. We're doing our own thing, and we're judging people on their sexual performance.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna say something when it comes to, like, you know, the divorce thing. Like, I know that there are many factors, but so I was raised in Mexico up until I was 14, you know, and I saw a lot of old couples. They were dirt poor. You know what I'm saying? And they were still together.
Well, that's culture.
Still though, like, whether it's culture or not, but I think that to me, that's a healthy culture, because, you know, they had that understanding, like, you know, we have to stick it out, you know, whether we are poor, rich, you know, healthy, sick, we are in this together. We're a team.
Absolutely.
You know, and whether you want to say, well, that's tradition or whatever, but that to me, that's something that I admire.
Bro,
but it takes character to do that.
It does, and they had a template. They had a
There
template,
you
bro.
go.
They had the generation before them that was sticking it out no matter what. And then let's just be honest, man. I'm gonna paint the picture a little bit differently too, bro. The economy was so different back then that they couldn't afford to get a divorce. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that was they was just hanging on and surviving. That woman couldn't walk away. Where am I going? Back to my mama's house?
That is true.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
They have options.
Yeah, they didn't. So I mean, the economy was different too. But
I agree.
But
yes.
but what I'm saying is that culture, that mentality, is easy to duplicate when you've seen it over and over again. You're not trying to figure it out. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel. You're just walking into what you've already seen. And I believe that's why the numbers with African Americans are so high when it comes to divorce, is we have so many families that are just single. You know what I mean? You was raised by your single mom, and you're trying to figure out what a healthy marriage looked like. And and guess what? You get married and you guinea pigging your wife. That didn't work, you know, because you never seen it before.
That is true.
And I lived that, you know what I mean? I lived that, trying to figure it out on the fly. And the trial and error, I guess it happens. But guess what? There's some things you can't come back from.
I agree.
I was guinea pigging my wife, but I said this and did this, and now she has this perspective of me that it's hard for her to shake because I did something that was over the line.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's crazy. But how about the other side of this, gentleman? What is some green lights? What do y'all think of some green lights that say go? Hey, bro, that might be the one. What? Tell me some characteristics. What are you seeing?
What's coming to my mind is when I feel peace around that particular woman. You know, whenever you're, you know, in the presence of that. I'm thinking of a woman right now. You know, whenever I was in her presence, I would just feel like peaceful. You know, like it's in a sense that I could let my guard down. You know, that I could, you know, like if I'm a warrior, you know, I could put my shield down, you know, and just unbuckle my belt and just, you know, just chill with you. And I know that you're not trying to pick me apart, you know?
Come on, bro.
But instead, you're interested. You want to know me, you know what I mean? And all that, like, it's an amazing feeling, you know, when a woman does that.
It is.
You know, because you're like, oh man, I feel so. Because, you know, as a man, in a sense, you keep your guard most of the day. You know what I mean? You're out there hustling, you know, you're grinding, you're with your co-workers, whatever, you know, you're pretty much, you are against this world in a sense, you know. So when you have the opportunity to relax and to have that female companionship, you know, but that makes you feel in that area of peace is something amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, man. It is. What you think, man? What's a green light for you?
I think people in general lack the foresight and the ability to prioritize people in their lives in the correct place.
Okay.
And that's another topic for another, episode. But I like to touch on it a little bit. Think about the qualities of everyone that you would like to have near and dear to your heart. And just simplify it that way. Think about all the people that you don't want that close to you. So when you go out on dates, if you focus too much and nitpick on her, it's going to be exhausting. It's going to wear on the genuineness of the relationship, even on the time that you spend together. So I think that has a balance of going with the flow and also paying attention to red flags and green flags. Because if you go with the flow, sometimes that person, you have the ability to prioritize this person. Maybe she's not for me in that manner.
Yeah.
But there would be a great friendship that come out of it. It's happened to me.
Yep.
I know it's happened to you. So
Absolutely.
maybe they're not, girlfriend or wife material, but the friendship serves a different purpose.
Yeah,
right? And so if you can constantly nitpick, it's going to weigh on the relationship. So you just think about all the things, the characteristics and the qualities of someone that you would trust. Because that looks different for each and every one of us. So it's not subjective. So that's, I just wanted to put that out there. For me, like I said, the way she treats other people, understanding and generosity are my three biggest.
You said something that I think is we need to touch on before we move this conversation forward. And you said it's going to vary person by person. And I think that varies knowing your own triggers, knowing your own weaknesses and your character,
Your love languages.
your love language.
Yeah,
and I think that's a huge part, and where you are in life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're maybe in your 60s, you're probably not trying to marry somebody that's in their 30s with 5 kids. You got a different life setup. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you wouldn't, but that's something to consider. But no, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
But to go even further, if you have an issue, for example, with alcohol, and you have a woman that loves to go out and party all the time, it may be a hindrance and not a blessing. So I mean, you got to know yourself. You know what I mean? You got to know things that trigger you, that make you take a step back, things that may be that sin that easily besets you. You have to know yourself to know who's best for you.
Right.
And
how to prioritize that person. Because
absolutely.
If you're, like you said, battling with alcohol. You may not be an alcoholic, but you definitely like to wet your whistle.
Right. Or you may be an alcoholic and you just...
You may be and you're in denial.
Okay. That could be the
Maybe
case.
you're a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what you were saying now?
You don't want a person to set you back.
That's my
To
point.
come and cater
To that
to your
addiction.
weaknesses.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
to your vices.
Yeah.
And although that's fun and all,
Yeah.
but do you want to stay here or do you want to move forward?
And that right there is
What did
everything.
you say? It was a great quote that you had said. If you want to go alone, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together. So if that person that you're together with, or you're planning on making moves, if they're catering to your weaknesses, vices, then you're not going to go far.
Yeah. And one of the things, I think we talked about this before, one of the things I'm looking for when I'm dating a woman, I used to always like to cook with a woman because I'm looking for, are you a real teammate?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can you follow instruction? Can you play your role?
Yeah.
Even if we're cooking together as a date, I'll say you handle this, I'll handle that. You know what I mean? Or we tag team something, and I'm watching, and I'm watching to see, can you play as a team, or everything got to be your way, or are you flexible? All of those things to me are saying something because that's what life is.
Yep.
Life is going to be a little bit of all of that. Sometimes it's going to be you just play your role. Sometimes it's going to be that you're
great
going to have
idea.
to step up, you know, and communicating within that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know,
Put it to the test.
because she may actually know a recipe that's better than you. You ever thought about putting garlic in this, that, and the other? You're like, oh, okay. And now y'all vibing and communicating. So to me, I mean, obviously cooking is not the all in all, but it's a good way to show teamwork.
Right.
Can you work as a team? I think
Right.
a lot of women don't understand how much of a team. That's why we like sports as men,
That
because
is
we
true.
we seeing a group of people going towards one goal.
Yes.
And that's exactly what marriage is. It's us, two people, and God, three of us, really, if you add him into the equation, going for one goal.
Yeah.
And-
Cooking is a great way to do that.
Yeah.
Tasks, put them to work. Put them to work.
Okay, I don't think that's going to go well.
You know, meaning like have them involved in the things that you're doing. You know,
Absolutely.
Hey,
events and
girl,
stuff.
come hang my
You know
cabinets.
why?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Put them to work.
Right. You know, I got all that laundry there that's been sitting in that room. I need you to get it done.
Well,
you know, not
okay.
not
Well-
that. But I'm saying, like, if you have events or if you have stuff to do,
Yeah.
make them a part of your purpose.
Absolutely.
Why? So you can see how they work, so you can see how they function, how they talk to other people, how they carry out
Yeah.
your wishes at a certain particular event.
Yeah.
You know, don't just look at what they look like.
Yeah.
You know what they're saying to you, but you know, find out what their deeds are. You know, do they match what they're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
But you know
cooking,
what?
I think that's a great idea, man. Cooking together.
That's a great idea. But honestly, like I'm not gonna discount like the little things that you said, like doing laundry or cleaning around your house. This to me, because I've had women that've done that for me, and to me that tells me a lot. Like that you are willing to serve me. You know what I'm saying? To be kind to me. That if you see that there's something wrong in my house or that there's something that I haven't cleaned, and if you're willing to do that, then that lets me know you're willing to get your hands dirty, for me. That to me means a lot, honestly.
I can see that.
I
can
I
see
think that if it's done too soon, though, then it'll bother me. Like I remember one time I stopped talking to this one chick because we had, for the first time, went out, and then the next day, she was over and she was sweeping my house and,
You didn't like
clean.
that?
I didn't.
The next
It was
day?
it was too soon
Oh,
to
you
me.
think so?
And I think it made me feel like she was trying to rush
Really?
her spot
Okay,
into somewhere where I didn't even know where we were at.
Yeah,
It just like to me, she crossed some boundaries.
Oh, okay, got
so
it.
that was a red flag for me
Oh, I see.
Wow.
because it was premature.
Yeah,
I-
okay.
And it may
You,
have
go,
been,
you get
but
what I'm saying? Like
I
it just
get
it
what you're
rubbed me the
saying,
wrong way.
But sometimes somebody is just
Even though
so
my floors
eager.
looked immaculate,
Right.
it just rubbed me the wrong way.
I get it. You're
Yeah.
definitely different than me.
Yeah.
I would chalk that up to you being eager, and
Yeah.
not necessarily that your motives are wrong.
Yeah,
I would let that
definitely.
one play itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that. Honestly.
It bothered me, and maybe there was something wrong with me because I wasn't ready for commitment.
Yeah.
Definitely was something wrong with you.
I mean, but they not. It's not weird if someone you just met
I mean, if you're sweeping my
and
floors the
and
next
they're doing
day,
your dishes and they're cleaning your floor.
no,
No, definitely
there's
not.
not nothing weird about it. No,
I thought it was weird.
no,
It weirded me out.
No, bro. And now,
Interesting.
now if I walk in there and you going through,
So I'm the issue.
yes. Now,
So if you feel like me and you agree with me, you're the issue.
I mean,
If
someone,
you agree with
If
this,
you
man, put
agree
it
with me,
in the comments.
then you're the
you know what I
issue.
mean?
now
I guess
if I walk
I was the
in,
issue.
bro, and you like in some weird drawers, like you're searching for something.
No,
that's a little bit different.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
different.
That's a different
or
topic.
you rotate my
No,
tires.
bro, she is.
I
She's
wake up,
outside and she's doing.
She's changing
she's
my
doing
brakes
a-
out. Then I'm like,
She's giving me an oil change out in the garage.
no, that's
Yeah.
a little much. But I mean, you're doing
Well,
something
that's too
like
much.
sweeping.
And doing dishes.
That's
Bro,
not bad.
but you probably need your dishes washed out.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It's not like I was.
Look, even okay,
Bro.
even
It was a slob fest. I mean, I didn't understand. I think leaves had blown in because we had the deck open. So some leaves. She was, I don't know. It just
It's all right. But you can't
out of
gauge
timing, out of time
You
to me.
can't- you can't
I gauged
gauge
it
that.
and I said it was out of time.
You can't gauge that because you just said you wasn't ready for nothing serious.
yeah.
So
At
you
the
wasn't
time-
in a space to
Yeah, definitely.
analyze that correctly.
I was in a place where I was open to it, and for whatever reason that didn't didn't sit well with me.
All right.
That's
Hey,
interesting.
we're not here to judge your
Because then you have
process.
to go look for a broom. You know where the broom is, so I know you took some time to find that broom.
And
So that means you're going through my stuff while I'm sleeping, it just was some boundary crossing stuff for me.
Hey man,
Okay.
you know the story.
But hey,
the
I'm-
full
Yeah, yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
We just pick
I'm
up
giving
on
you the
pieces.
full story.
We pick it
But
up
I'm-
on pieces, but let's
Yeah.
let's move this conversation forward.
Okay.
I think also, man, to me, I'm gauging that green light on something that we don't even talk about is your ability to navigate my seasons when I'm going through, when I'm angry, when I'm frustrated, when I'm not seeing things correctly.
Yeah.
How you manage your emotions during
Yes.
that time. How do you manage your tongue? Do you know what? I'm going to be quiet. and
How
just
does
pray
she
for this dude.
respond to you being a jerk?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How does she respond to you being
a
wrong?
jerk?
To you being
Absolutely.
wrong?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
guess what? I'm going to be wrong again.
Right.
And are you wilding? Are you matching my energy?
Why are you going to be wrong
I
again?
heard somebody say something, man. I heard somebody I thought was really interesting. They said, I am a lion. I don't need a lioness. I need a lion tamer.
Interesting.
We both can't be roaring and scratching and biting each other. I need somebody to pull me down when I'm off my square. To me, somebody that's stable enough in their emotions and their maturity to not challenge me, but say, baby, it's okay. Or just be quiet and let me do whatever and pray for me. To me, that's a great sign of maturity.
Right. Because the lioness is not going to be understanding.
No, she's roaring back at
She
me.
is.
And to me,
She's gonna bite you.
I'm looking for that, y'all. I'm looking for someone that's mature enough to say he's having a bad moment, and I'm gonna fall back and let him have this. You know, not that I'm being disrespectful, not that I'm going over the top, but I'm gonna let him have this. Yeah, that's a good sign to me. Absolutely. And guess what? I'm gonna extend that same grace. You know, if you're having a bad season, I may fall back, let you have it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
may leave the room. I might go pray.
Yeah.
Whatever, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're going to get married, we're going to have bad seasons. The enemy is going to get in there in some form of fashion.
I
I'm
agree.
going to come about my flesh and
Right.
say the wrong thing. And I need
Right.
you to be mature enough and understanding
Yeah.
enough to navigate me. And now listen, I'm not saying I'm going to have those issues every day, but they coming.
They do come.
Right. Just like hers are coming.
Yes.
Exactly. And so that to me, that is definitely
That's
green
an
light.
excellent point of view. That's a great point of view.
Yes. Manage me being a jerk.
You got this whole culture that's been like, you know, I'm a king, I need a queen. I'm a lion, I need a lioness.
Yes.
But they just sell it
I'm a tiger.
over the right.
What's the female
over
version
the-
of a tiger?
They want to be
Tiger
these
is?
ferocious animals.
Right,
yeah.
right. Right. No, I need
So
a,
yours is the opposite of that.
I need a lion tamer.
I don't know
That's
about a
very-
lion tamer, but
No, I need a lion tamer. I'm off my square.
sounds a little weird. But
No,
I get what
bring
you're
me
saying
down.
though.
Bring me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring me down, man.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. What's really critical, what I'm about to say, it takes a lifetime to build an empire. One moment to destroy it.
Oh yeah.
And so I need somebody when I'm off my square looking to do something crazy or possibly
One word.
mess up
Right.
what we built to say, come on, baby, we worked too hard.
Yeah.
To point me in
That's-
a right direction, brother.
That's a good, wise woman. You know what I mean? Like, because it
That's-
takes wisdom to do that.
So it makes me think
What
about
is that?
Abigail.
What is that?
Do y'all read the story of Abigail and David? David was angry because Abigail's husband Nabal was disrespecting him, and David told his men, he said, "Man, get your sword. Not one man, one man to be alive by the morning. I guarantee you that. We're killing everybody." He was so angry. Abigail heard that David was disrespected, and she said, "We got to catch him. David's coming. I know David. He's a warrior. He's coming. He's killing everybody."
Yeah.
So she gets an offering together, a kind offering where she got wine and figs and raisins. She put it on these camels to meet David before he even got to her house. And she
to
called
quench
him.
his wrath.
Yeah.
Wise woman.
Oh yeah.
Wise woman.
Yes.
And she did. She called him before he got to her house.
And a woman can
She
surely do it.
apologized on behalf of her husband.
Yeah.
Gave him the offering, and David said, "It's a good thing you did this. I guarantee you, not one man would have
Everybody.
been alive. I
Yeah.
would have murked them all." But David, days later, Nabal has a stroke, end up dying. David recognized the wisdom in that woman and said, "Hey, go get her for my wife." to
And
be my
recruited
wife.
her.
I need that type of woman
Yeah.
when I'm off my square that's
Yeah.
going to keep me level, that's
Yeah.
going to keep me from destroying everything.
Yeah.
They said she was a beautiful woman, but he wanted that wisdom. And I'm looking for that wisdom.
Yeah. And you know, it goes back to what I said earlier about peace. You know, because a woman that is peaceful
And
you know,
understanding.
that knows how to draw that out of herself and out of you, you know, that's a game changer.
Ooh. Bro, you said something.
You know
You
what I
said
mean?
to draw that out of you.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing, a good point when you're talking about marriage. You become a student of each other.
Yes.
If you're really doing this right. Matter of fact, the Bible says husbands dwell according to knowledge with the woman, which is the weaker vessel, according to knowledge, meaning watch her.
Yeah.
Study her.
Yeah.
Learn how to draw the best out of her. Learn when she's spazzing and how to navigate that part of her personality as
Through the
well.
spaz.
Yeah. So I mean, like, we become students of each other, how to pull the best out of each other and try to avoid those triggers.
Yeah.
You should be trying to avoid those triggers and not push them, but you gotta study. You
Yeah.
gotta sit tight and watch this woman
Yeah.
to
Good.
know what triggers her and know what's
Yeah.
gonna bring the best out of her.
Yes.
That takes time and energy,
Yes.
you know. And I think that's where we go wrong as men. We want everything to be quick.
We do.
That is true.
Yeah.
We do.
That is true. But I don't know. What I'm thinking is that maybe I have rushed in some situations to kind of like cut them off. You know what I mean? I have not given myself enough time. But I don't know, man. Sometimes I just feel like you kind of like see it right away. You know what I mean? Like if it's not gonna be a good match. And like I said, I don't want to waste my time. Don't want to waste your time.
Absolutely.
Do you see it like a waste of time?
No, I don't, because I learned something probably more about myself, and I learned how to navigate somebody's personality and see inside of it. You know what I mean? So I've never seen dating different women as a waste of time. Maybe a waste of money, but not a waste of time because you're learning something.
Yeah,
man. And as even in not finding the right one, you get an idea of what you don't want.
That is true. I like
And
that.
so you're making your next process a lot easier, because you're going to see a lot of people echo the same issues that the last woman you dated. And as quickly you can get to the point like, nah, I don't rock with that. Nah, I don't get with that. Nah, I ain't that type of dude. You ain't going to compliment me. And you can move past that dating situation and get to the next one, you know. So, no, I don't think it's a waste of time at all. You know?
That's good.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. But hey, we're gonna end it on that note, y'all. We want to hear from y'all. We might have missed some of the characteristics of that red light or that green light. Put it in the comment section. Let us know what's deal breakers for y'all. And also when you that GO, when you say let's go, let's jump over that broom. I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
go.
So listen, y'all. We need y'all. I believe what God's given us here on What the Church Won't Say will really bless people, but we need you guys to connect with other people. If you know people that will be blessed by this video, we ask that you share it. Don't forget to smash that like button. And as always, we're going to continue to say what the church won't say. Till next time, we love y'all.